Hello there, Master Hellish here, welcome back to my OpenTTD Let's Play. Last time we had this little fella go all the way from the North Coal Hub, all the way down to the South Coal Hub, and we had to invent a new station with a slight wiggle in it, because our power station closed down. But our train is about to finish unloading, and we'll find out how much money this train's going to make us. So it is 102,000. You know what? That's not too bad. Now, I don't want too much going on with this train, and also some of the comments last episode was concerned about cargo distribution. You're right. There's something I forgot to do with this train's orders. So with we've got cargo distribution going on in this game, and it's provided some interesting challenges for some people. But what we've done is that this particular line is a specific, we want this to go here. Now, it's different to the rest of the network, so we have to do the orders slightly differently. So where we're dropping off, we need to make sure that we are unloading all of our cargo and we're not loading anything. And we do the same the other end. We unload all of our cargo and we do not load anything. Now, this means that throughout the loop of the train going round, there's only certain bits of the loop that the cargo can actually move between. For example, if it gets picked up at the North Pickup, this order here, comes down, it is always, no matter where it wants to go, always going to get dropped off at this station. It's going to unload and leave empty. And then the train's going to move from there to here. There is no way for cargo to be picked up here and moved to here, and there is no way for cargo from the north to be able to get all the way round back to the north power station again. Because there's no way for that to happen in the train's orders, cargo distribution sees that that is not a valid path for cargo to travel in your network, and it doesn't try and send it there. At least that's my theory. I did a test and it appeared to prove my theory. Whether the theory could be refined or not, double tested, probably, but there we go. Orders sorted. Now, while we're here at the South Pickup, this is exactly what we're going to be sorting out this episode. We're going to be getting all these coal stations, coal things, and getting them down into the South Pickup. Now, immediately I'm drawn to these three. They look like they could be joined together by one station. What are we doing? 6 length is it for most of these platforms? It is 6 length. Okay, 6 length, and usually you don't need any more than 3 tracks. When a station gets ridiculously busy, sometimes you can need more on a pickup than 6. Now, I don't want to cram it too close to that Canterbury. Is that Canterbury? It is Canterbury. So what we'll do is we'll capture these two with the actual train station. I got that the wrong way around. Let's just use the remove tool to get rid of that, and also we'll get rid of the track too, and we'll put that back in the right way around. There we go. And then what we'll just do is we'll use a truck depot just to capture that last one. I could make the station longer to make it capture, but in truth, just for neatness, we'll put a truck stop there. Okay, so now we want to get that hooked up to this somehow. We've got all this in the way down here. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to go across this bit here. And it actually makes good sense to go across here, because if we can put a nice little bridge in here like this, we'd pop that there, put another little bridge in. Lovely. Smooth that off. Now, ideally, I would want to cut through that hillside, and you know what? I think on this occasion, I am going to. So we're going to have an immediate diagonal here. I'm taking advantage of that little bit, and I'm going to hold control to do a diagonal cut. 17 grand to do that. That's not too bad. Now then, this bit here, I want to try and avoid some of this farmland if possible, but I'm thinking that if I avoid it too much, we're not going to have an efficient route. Yeah, it's not too bad actually. Not too bad, because then I can come almost straight down here. I am going to just cut myself through there. It cost me a bit more than I wanted it to, because I think I accidentally got rid of some farmland there. But there we go. So that's one side in. How am I going to do the other? Well, I think what we'll do is actually probably come around the back of the farmland. I don't see why we wouldn't. Well, what we'll do is we'll keep this one going straight for a while. That costs 61,000, quite expensive, but it's at this stage of the game I want to keep things quite clean. Now as soon as we come up here, I'm thinking a diagonal. So let's just trim the top of that hill off. We'll go through that farmland, and we need to get rid of this road and then fix the land across like that. And is that going to actually fit? Oh, look at that. One square out. Just one square out. So now we've got this nice little loop. Now, sometimes doing a loop like this is really good, because if you want to join other things into it later on, you can do, and it's really easy to do that. Now, which way round is this station and which way round are my signals? So if we look at the network, this one, the signals are apart. I'm just going to double check down here. Yeah, the signals are on opposite sides. So if we just run a bit of track down here for a second, you can see that the signals, the one directional path signals, are going to be like this. Which means, if we're looping this round correctly, this is the in, which is fine. So what we'll do for this one is we'll do a nice harsh in like this. Trains slow down when they come towards stations anyway. It's just a factor of what they do. They have to slow down, so the fact that they're turning that sharp corner there doesn't bother me. And the same often goes for accelerating. Doing a terminus Ro-Ro station like this actually makes it really easy to upgrade, because you can either plonk extra platforms on the back and just extend the pattern, or even fill it in the inside there. So now let's see. If we go straight with this one, I think we're going to hit that town. We are. So let's wiggle past that town and go sort of like this to here. Now, are we going to... I feel like we might run out of money on this. And we've got to buy some vehicles anyway. So let's just double check the orders of this train. So this train, just checking here, is definitely going to full load there. So it's going to wait until it's got some stuff to go. So that's fine. Right, let's unpause the game. And we'll do... Actually, I'm going to change my mind a little bit about this entrance. We're going to do it like that. There we are. That's neat. And then we'll bring this forward, drop it down naturally. I'm not going to let it go over that little lip. And then we'll bring this across to it. There we go. What? Oh, money all just went. Oh, no. Never mind. We'll be able to do that soon. This little lump here as well. We'll get rid of that. And we're just gonna finish off these little bits, and then we'll be able to hook up this triple one. What I'm thinking is that instead of having lots of lines connected to this, maybe just have a feeder service from there and there and there, just bringing it in. That makes sense. And I might even do it with road vehicles. I'm not sure. Right, we've got a few thousand in the bank. Let's just flatten that bit. So I think this is probably one of the first times in this series where I've been doing quite a lot of landscaping whilst building a line. We're on that sort of edge now. We're sort of getting the money where we can afford that sort of thing. Now I think what we'll do here is we'll do something quite similar. Ideally you want a diagonal that's the same as the train length, but if I do a big diagonal here, that's going to cut that short there. But like I said, the train's still going to be accelerating at the station. It's no massive loss. We're going to be alright. There we go. Right, we've got a little divot here that I'll sort out. Don't think that little divot by itself would actually slow the trains down. I think we're looking good. We're looking good. So that's the entrance. Does that... Yep, all the signals are the right way around. So now just putting the signals in at the station. And we're going to need some exit signals as well. And I'm thinking depots now. So depots before a station, that's fine. We'll put a double depot before the station. And then I think again over here before the station. If we have it on the diagonal, that's going to be a little bit challenging. What we can do here is if we just remove a little bit of this diagonal, we can put a train length's worth of track in there. And a little shimmy in here. So now the only thing we need is trains. So let's have a look at the vehicles and see what we've got. Now the A4 is quite fast and the Jubilee is slower, but it's also cheaper to buy and cheaper to run. But this is no small track. We've actually got a little bit of a journey to go there, and I don't really want our trains waiting around forever. We're going to buy that, fill it up with some wagons to make it long enough for our sixth length station. You see, we've still got 30 grand in the bank for now. Give its orders, full load here, and then unload down there. Now, I've had a bit of an idea. We'll unstop that train. So, I think trains in the long run is probably the best way to move all this coal from these peripheral coal mines. But trains have quite an outlay in terms of cost, and these coal mines aren't really producing a massive amount yet. They'll increase throughout time. So whilst it's a low amount, let's bring it in by road. It's going to be cheaper to bring it in by road, so let's do that. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to put a truck stop here. The local authority does not allow it. They really must hate me. Well, I did put a railway line right past their beautiful town. They think I'm appalling. Wow. Right, how many thousands of trees is it going to cost me to get that rating up? They still think I'm appalling. I've spent 2 grand. They still think I'm appalling. I've spent another 2 grand. Now they think I'm poor, and I'm pretty sure with poor, they will let me build a truck stop. Yep, there we go. So we can link those 2 truck stops together, and ideally we want to be able to do a little truck stop to here as well. I mean, can I get that linked into Canterbury East? I can. Get that link there. Just put them all together. No. Oh, that's not close enough. It's too far. What about? No. Oh my. Okay. Well, I can't remember what the station spread is for that. That's 13. Okay. 14, 15. Okay, so I might have to go here. Oh, flip. I didn't mean to do that. What I was meant to do was hold control so I can then connect it to Canterbury East. So this is going to be... We'll rename that at some point. We'll rename it. And let's just get these roads together. It looks a bit weird, but it does the job there. Okay, we need more cash. Let the game run and let's get some more money. You see our first train will come out there. Did we get the orders right? Let's just double check. No, we didn't get the orders right. Good job I checked this, because that is not just a standard arrival. That is a transfer and leave empty. Now there's a difference between transfer and leave empty and unload and leave empty, but the number of cases that is actually matters is actually quite small. That train's already loading up. It's going to come over here, supply this train, and then it's all going to go around, aroundy. And hopefully we can afford more trains on this line. I remember that this train cost 200 grand. So a train has to go up and down to make its investment back. Okay, we've got a bit more money in the bank. That's the point. We've got a loan, haven't we? Yeah, we've taken out the full loan so that we can invest. But we'll pay that loan off quite soonish, I think. The more time we spend on this game, and the more our industries that we've invested in expand and grow, the better it'll be for us. We've got the infrastructure and the trains to be able to capitalise on that. So, let's get these road vehicles going. Now, like I said, we don't need that much going all in one go. And I'm almost tempted to link these bits of roads together so I can manage the vehicles on one go, but no, they're a little bit too far apart. So we're going to go full load there and unload there, and then we're just going to throw one vehicle at each, and that... Oh my goodness, so many vehicles on the screen. Screen's getting full. Go there. And then, before that order, full load there. Can I do all of them without getting my screen too full? New vehicle. It does get a bit difficult to see what's going on, doesn't it, when you don't close your windows like this. Right. Let's set that... I was just about to say train. Let's set that truck on the way. And what we'll do is we'll keep an eye on the amount of coal stacking up at these places. We'll add new trucks as we go. Now I think the next thing we're going to need is another train down here at Canterbury East. Let's unpause the game. Let's get the game resuming. I could have used this power station maybe. This coal drop off is fine though. I want to rename this because it's like a pre-hub. We've got no labels as well. We could put labels down here. Where's the options for labels? I think they're in this one. Here, look, signs. So this is like... Oh, I've got inverted caps. That's better. There we go. Coal Hub South, you see. So then when you are scrolling around, you've got a nice little Coal Hub South on there. What we'll call this is, we'll call it Coal Hub South Pre-Hub. Or something like that. You can see the coverage, actually. There's the coverage. New feature, being able to see a coverage. Has that already done one journey? No, it just started by going the wrong way. Fair enough. Okay, so no, it's not coverage. Let's rename this. So we're going to call this... was it Coal Pre-Hub South. There we go. With a lowercase p. Is that pre? Ah, it's close enough. I know what it means. We've got plenty of money at the moment. And this train just left the station. So we're going to feed another train into that station. Let's get the station list up and see what the situation is. So we want just trains, please. And then we want goods. What's that? Iron ore. Yes. Steel and coal. I think that's it. So at Coal Hub North Pickup we've got a lot of coal, but we know that. Overall I think we're doing okay. And we're going to have a lot of coal coming through here. So let's let the game run just a little bit and see how we get on. So we've got a good bit of coal waiting there. Let's clone that vehicle and get a second one on its way. What this one's already on. I think we're going to need at least two. We're going to need at least two at each of these because we need one to pick up the coal while the other one's completing its journey. Oh, we've run out of money. Never mind. We'll be alright soon. The money is coming in. We're just spending it really well and taking advantage of the game being able to be paused. That's something that we're doing quite well as well. So, not quite sure where that truck just went or where it's going. Did it just... Okay, I'm a little bit confused by that. Oh my goodness, there's loads of money in the bank. There we go. There we go. Right, now, once there's enough once there's enough coal for this coal train to leave the south, I want to put one in at the north. Although it does appear that that train does seem to be breaking down a little bit. We could put extra depots in for it. Seems like a sensible idea, just to pop an extra couple of depots in. Auxiliary depots. There we go. I want one there. I'm going to have to do a bit of land. I was trying to avoid spending that money on the land for no apparent reason, but there we go. There we go. So that's the first train on its way. The second one's actually on its way. So if I've got the money, which I don't think I have, I'm going to claim that train. Oh wow, we just got enough money in time. So we want this Coal Hub South to constantly have trains coming through it. This is essentially the coal that's going to be coming in here. I've just noticed there's another coal mine down here which I haven't done anything about. That one I will probably train up straight away. These are relatively short distances to go, and because they're short distances you can do them by road quite easily. Why I didn't rotate that one so it can be... Oh, this vehicle is very lost. Okay, there's something wrong with its orders. That appears to be a bus depot. There we go. Bus depot, remove. Lorry depot, add. Oh, we've dropped into the negatives. We've just paid our maintenance for the month. So maintenance comes in at the end of every month. So throughout the month, your bank balance should be going up and up and up. And when you get to the end of the month, it drops down because of the maintenance. And if you've got enough money in the month, hopefully you'll start the next month with a positive amount of money. But it doesn't always seem to be the case. Okay, so we fixed that. Ideally, I need another train. We've got just enough money to do it, actually. So let's get that train out there. Hopefully these trains coming in are... Oh, look! 52%. When this train comes... Right, pause the game. How many drop-offs have we had? Right, we've had one drop-off, and our train, our big train, is 52% full. Which means when this second train comes, it will get 100% full and depart. And for me, that means we need to get a train ready up here. But we haven't got the money for it. So I'll get the depot open. Just so that... I just want them kind of going opposite to each other to begin with. But let's unpause the game and keep it running. And it's going to be that this... I think it's going to depart before we're going to have the money to clone it. But you never know. We might get a couple of big payoffs. It's going to be the end of the month soon. There's one payoff just come in. There's another one. If this train pays and another train pays before the end of the month, there, 28th of the month, 233,000 in the bank. Clone train. We now have 2 trains on our bidirectional coaliness. We can allow that to continue. We will drop into the negatives at the end of the month. 17 grand on the transfer. That's not bad for that transfer. What's going on here? So there, our first hub-to-hub coal service train is now about to go on its way back. Reliability is quite low. There is a depot just up there, but I'm thinking normally they wouldn't be waiting this long here. There's a depot there. There's plenty of depots. I am tempted just to pop a depot in here, though. Just in case a train really needs it. So, let's see. How do we do this without breaking stuff? Oh, we ain't got the cash. Alright, fine, whatever. We'll let it continue. So, we've essentially not finished, but got the first load in down here. There's another coal mine here, and there's another coal mine down there. But overall, this bottom hub does appear to be working quite nicely. Now, these trains that are transferring, we got one that's just arrived back. I think this one might be one of the ones that arrived back. Train 64, yeah. So, let's look at its money. Okay, so it's working itself a profit. It's done one full loop, and it's got a profit of 13,000. That's not bad. Also, the less time it's waiting at that station, the better the profits will be. Because essentially you're paying for the train to just sit there. Now, I think the coal at these places are doing okay, but we will need to get more trucks. I'll probably pop a couple more trucks. Pop a couple more trucks in between episodes. But before we finish out today's episode, I want to be able to check all the other stations. Not towns, stations. There we go. Let's see what the situation is across the map. I'm going to include passengers. And I'm going to sort by total weight in cargo. So this Coal Hub North pickup, we know there's a lot of coal there that needs to be shifted. We've just got our second train coming from the north. London North itself, the station, loads of passengers. We might need more passengers on this main line. We certainly need to improve the trains that are on it. I'm thinking about possibly ditching mail. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'm actually starting to get a little build-up of coal down at the south pickup now as well. So once we've got the money for it, we might have to put a few more trains in on our bidirectional coal loop. Newark's got a few passengers there. Stevenage has got a few passengers. I think we're getting to the point now where this main line, we want to be starting to look to expand it and get more passengers on. If we look at all the trains on that main line, it's the beginning of the year. So this year, we're not going to have made a lot of profit on that line because it is the 10th day in the year. But if we look at last year, these trains, even though we've got cargo distribution on, they are pulling a profit. Now, are they pulling a profit on top of the maintenance of the line? Probably. I mean, some of these 145k there. So, not sure. Not sure. It does look like that would probably be the case. It's too bad you can't look at a specific part of your network and know how much the maintenance is just for that bit. We can look at the maintenance overall. If you go to the Finances tab, there's an infrastructure button. This is essentially what your maintenance cost is. So you can see that our railway is costing us $1 million a year, essentially. 1 million a year for railway pieces. Wow. Signals, nearly $1 million a year. And then we've got a bit of road, which that's fine. A couple of canals, water tiles. I don't know where they are. But overall, it's costing us £2 million a year to run this company. In terms of maintenance, not in terms of vehicle running costs. You got vehicle running costs on top of that. So this is one of the reasons why in this Let's Play I recommend not having a signal every square or every other square. If you're the kind of player that normally does that, you need to space them out a little bit more. You can see it really does rack up. Well, there we go. I think that's a good start. Yes, we've got negative in the bank account, but it does keep coming up and up and up. You can see the operating profit. It's not as high as it was there for some reason. No idea. But I'm hoping with this coal loop, as it gets better. I mean, we've got a lot of coal that needs shifting in the northern hub. A lot of coal. 4,000 tons. So as we get more money, we can throw more trains at that. We've also got more coal mines we can hook up at this north hub, but I'm not going to hook them up until we're going to start getting rid of all this coal. That will mean more infrastructure. I'm happy to put more infrastructure down, but we need to be excuse me, need to be utilising what we've got. And at the moment, we're not really doing that. Let's have a look. 57% transported, 54% transported, 51% transported. I don't think we're transporting that fast enough. Do we need extra lines there? The trains are coming in pretty empty into that station, so that's okay. Yeah, things are okay on this part of the network. Let's just quickly whiz over down to the steel hub, see how things are going. We've got a bit of steel there. Production, not too bad. The transported is not great. We need more steel trains. Ideally, you want a train sat there constantly in that station. That's going to get production up. That's going to get more throughput on your lines. That's going to get more income versus maintenance, and that's what's going to make our company successful. So we just need to get more trains on these lines, and hopefully where they're not sat around for too long. These boats, I'm pretty sure these boats are not going to be making as much money at all. Let's have a look at these. Okay, yeah, they're not making us money. This is not good. Although there's very little infrastructure with these boats, isn't there? Because you just go on the water. You just go on the water, so there's no infrastructure on that. Which is one way around getting maintenance, I suppose. I don't know how much the docks and stuff cost, but if we look at the infrastructure costs for water, it's just canals. Oh, station tiles. I think they're like the docks would count as station tiles. 575. That's another reason why not to have bigger stations than what you need. Well, there we go, folks. The company's ticking along quite nicely. We're making profits. Our operating profit's not too bad. We're making enough money to be able to invest, and I think everything's growing quite nicely. So we're going to leave it there for now. Not sure what we're going to do next episode, but that is essentially the coal situation done. We're just going to allow it to run watch those trains go up and down, make 100k each journey, and hopefully we'll see the money rolling in. But there we go. Like I said, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Leave all your thoughts, ideas and questions down in the comment section below, and get involved with the conversation about OpenTTD and other games on my Discord. Check out the link for that on my website, which of course is masterhellish.net. It says there, masterhellish.net. Go there and come and join our Discord and get involved. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.